We're hearing over the loudspeakers that have been mobilizing the activists calls for ambulances. There's another ambulance coming in right now with its siren blaring. I'm not sure where the gunfire is coming from, but people are getting wounded here, and it doesn't appear that they're being hit by stones thrown from the pro-government fighters now. This appears to be gunfire and an escalation in the use of force here.
Yeah, Ivan, we could hear in the background there some quite heavy gunfires. Clearly the situation, as you say, is escalating dangerously, and CNN will bring you up-to-date coverage throughout the night. You can also tune in on CNN.com for the very latest from Egypt. One thing's for sure, this is getting worse by the minute, and something has to happen. That's it from Piers Morgan tonight. We now go to Anderson Cooper at AC360 for more updates from Egypt.
Good evening. Tonight we are live in Cairo. This is not exactly how we had planned to bring you tonight's program, but the situation changes here minute by minute in Cairo, especially today. Given what we have seen today, this is just yet another development. Just in the last few minutes, we've heard heavy fire in Liberation Square. We've got video that was taken just a short time ago, heavy caliber fire heard in the square. We're going to talk to our Ivan Watson, who is there, in just a moment. But I just want to tell you, we are broadcasting from a location that we thought was pretty safe up until about half an hour ago. Then after that heavy fire, we got a report that pro-Mubarak forces have left the area around Liberation Square and have now fanned out in some other neighborhoods. And the security situation where we are has changed somewhat in the last 30 minutes or so. We've been advised to actually turn off our lights, get down on the floor, and try to barricade ourselves in the area that we're in. So that's why we're doing this program like this tonight. It's not going to look very good over the next hour, but I hope you bear with us, because what has happened today in Egypt on these streets has been nothing short of extraordinary. The entire situation has changed here in the last 12 hours. People have died who did not need to die, and people will die tonight who do not need to die. And there were many people wounded today. We don't have actual numbers for you, but what we have seen has been nothing short of a pitched battle for the future of this country, on the streets of this country, outside the Egyptian Museum, and inside and all around Liberation Square. We have so many dramatic developments to tell you about, and I'm joined by Ben Wiedemann and Hala Garani, who are here with me. But first, I want to take you to Liberation Square, to our Ivan Watson, who has been there all day long and continues to report all night long. Ivan, what's the latest? What was that tracer fire we heard, that heavy caliber fire we heard?
Well, I did see one or two rounds of tracer fire from my vantage point, Anderson, but I think what has been more disturbing are the single shots that have been going off from quite close by, and then periodically seeing wounded men being carried away. One of those men seen with what really appeared to be a gunshot wound to the stomach. You've been watching from your vantage point the violence, much of it involving petrol bombs or stones being hurled back and forth, machetes, clubs. But this does seem to be an escalation in the use of force here. And they've been calling in ambulances from the southern end of the square to carry away some of these fresh wounded, as we're hearing gunshots before the sun has even come up over the Egyptian capital, Anderson.
Ivan, to your knowledge, are these gunshots directly into people in Liberation Square? Because we have heard gunshots all throughout the day that seem to be troops firing the air, although we could never really tell. Do you know, are people being shot in Liberation Square directly?
These gunshots have been much closer. They've been much closer, and I'm seeing one young man being carried away